Good morning and welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, December 19th. I'm Todd Wilchin. I am the chair of the county board this year. On my left, fellow commissioners Jennifer Brinkman, Deb Shore. On my right, Commissioners Roma Amundsen and Vice Chair Commissioner Bill Avery. Joining us this morning from the County Attorney's Office is David Durbin. From the County Clerk's Office, we have the County Clerk, Dan Nolte, and Kelly Lundgren. From the County Board Office, we have our Chief Deputy Administrative Officer, Ann Ames, and our Chief Administrative Officer, Carrie Egan, should be joining us momentarily. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, would you please start the agenda?
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk staff at the front of the hearing room. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approve the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, December 12, 2017.
Move approval.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from our last Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, December 12th. Any discussion or corrections? Please call the roll.
Avery?
Yes.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 2 is claims. Approval of all claims processed through December 19th, 2017.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all the claims processed through today. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Avery?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is a special presentation. This is Commissioner's Award of Excellence. November winner is Kelly Lundgren from the County Clerk's Office in the category of productivity. And I have the nomination here that I'll read. Kelly Lundgren has been selected as the Commissioner's Award of Excellence winner for November 2017. Kelly works as a County Records Specialist 3 and began working for the county on January 22, 2015. She was nominated by Carrie Forbes, account clerk, in the category of productivity. In her nomination, Ms. Forbes stated, "We had a fellow co-worker that experienced an unexpected emergency injury that took her out of the office for an extended period of time. Kelly Lundgren has stepped up and gone above and beyond to do the work of that co-worker in addition to all of her regular job duties. She has attended extra meetings, done extra agendas, done extra minutes, and without missing deadlines. She has been diligently working hard at her desk to make sure that the county is operating business as usual, doing the work of 2 people. I know that sometimes when you sit at your desk, do all that is required of you, and then some, that can go unnoticed. Kelly makes what she does look easy. She is that good. But being that good doesn't come without a lot of patience, accuracy, and minute attention to detail. Kelly's at the top of her game. She is always at work, giving it everything she has from start to finish. I know she's under a lot of pressure, but she just keeps going to make sure all the work is done, no matter how impossible the deadline might seem. In addition to this, she is answering phones and doing backup general clerical work for other employees. She truly is a dedicated worker, and I want Kelly Lundgren to know that she is noticed for all she does for Lancaster County, and she is beyond appreciated. She is a valuable employee, and we're so lucky to have her. For these reasons, we're pleased to award Kelly Lundgren with the Commissioner's Award of Excellence for the month of November 2017. And I think Corey and I would just echo what Carrie wrote. Kelly's invaluable to the office, and we really appreciate her dedication. She's certainly put in a lot of extra effort with the absence of somebody out due to a medical reason, but beyond that, there's a lot of things Kelly does that really go unnoticed. They're behind the scenes. She's constantly following up with the county attorney, purchasing and so forth, to make sure everything happens, to get on the agenda, approved, and so forth. There are times when we've had SDLs that were in process. If Kelly hadn't followed up, they wouldn't have got the stuff done in time. Events would have been canceled. There's things like that are going on. It's not real exciting, but it's important to the whole process. So we really appreciate Kelly's dedication to the clerk's office and to the people of Lancaster County.
Well, if I could, we truly value all of our 1,000 employees, but there are two that the county works with more than anyone else, and that would be yourself and Ann. And so we appreciate all the behind-the-scenes work you do to make us look good. Your attention to detail was mentioned, but mostly it's your kind, calm nature that gives us a sense of confidence and comfort, and I know that the fellow employees and also the public feel the same way. So it's a treasure to have you as part of our team, and our honor to present you with this award. So congratulations.
You bet. See if I can't get it out of my pocket. Figured words written down were better than on the fly. It wasn't long after Kelly started in our office that I began to wonder if her last job was exactly the same as what she was doing for us now. She is just that good. She came to Lancaster County with a can-do attitude, and she is a great team player. Kelly takes the initiative to get the job done no matter what the job is. Her attention to details, her dedication to follow through, and ability to meet deadlines regardless of how much is in front of her is nothing shy of exceptional. Kelly works extremely hard on behalf of Lancaster County, and I felt that it was very important that she was recognized for her service. Kelly is an excellent fellow employee, and I am very fortunate that I work in the same office with her, and I am very, very grateful that the county has chosen to honor her with this award. So thank you very much.
And I just wanted, sorry, Kelly, I just wanted to add, you are the glue that holds us together. And I wanted you to know how much Dan and I appreciate everything you do, not only for our office, but for the county. And thank you, thank you, thank you, many times over.
Just want to tell Carrie, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the kind words you said. And Dan and Corey, thank you for having faith in me and, you know, just being behind me. Thank you to the board for this award. It's truly an honor, and I'm very grateful. My daughters both live in Omaha and work there, so I told them, and my parents are in Southwest Iowa, so I said we would just watch this weekend, so they didn't come. But I do have my work family with me here, and then I have probably the best partner in adventures and travel and life, and that's Olin Miller.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kelly, for everything you do. Appreciate it.
Next is number 4, unfinished business. 4A is a resolution regarding the proposed sale of property generally located at 2201 South 11th Street in the city of Lincoln, Lancaster County, Nebraska, which includes declaring that the property no longer serves the county purpose, determining fair market value, and setting the date for sale of the property.
Corey BD, County Clerk's Office. This item has kind of been in a holding pattern since June, and we're kind of wanting to close out our 2017 record, so we're going to request that you formally withdraw it from consideration, knowing that if it comes back after the first year, a new resolution would need to be drafted anyway with the correct dates and so forth and so on. So that's the reason for this being on the agenda today.
We withdraw the resolution regarding the sale of property for unfinished business.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to withdraw the resolution regarding the proposed sale of Trabert Hall. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4B is a roadside memorial signs policy.
Oh, here. Pam's here. after the discussion by the board last week, we went back and made some revisions to the policy between the county engineer's office and the county attorney's office, and I believe we've addressed the concerns that were raised last week.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. So this item was tabled last week for some modifications to grammar and spelling, and the modification of a few details. I'm bringing it back before you again. I think the biggest detail is how the signs are paid for, and it's in the document that they'll be paid for out of the Keno Fund. This is really a program to respectfully memorialize the people who are in fatal crashes in our right-of-way, along with drawing to the attention of the traveling public safety issues. And so it fits within some of my goals for county engineering, which are to improve safety on our roads.
Commissioner Brinkman?
Can you talk about how you determined why Keno would be the right place to pay for the signs?
So, Commissioner Brinkman, that was not my determination. And I think that you'll have to either refer to some of your peers or maybe Mr. Egan.
Part of the concern raised by the county attorney's office was that the public themselves could not pay for the signs, that we weren't allowed, didn't have that authority under statute. So, and I felt uncomfortable utilizing property tax dollars for this program, and looked to the Keno revenue fund, that is the proceeds that the county has from the sale of Keno gaming, that is to be used for public betterment and public safety. And Carrie did some research with the Attorney General's office, the Revenue Department, to clarify that that would be appropriate use of those funds, and they said yes, for public awareness and safety would certainly qualify.
Any other questions for Mrs. Dingman?
I will move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the roadside memorial signs policy. Any discussion?
Todd?
Commissioner Brinkman?
I'm going to vote no on this. I've talked to the county engineer about it weeks ago. I don't think it's the right policy. I think if we are concerned about safety and signage along the roads, we should have a comprehensive safety signage program that is not determined by a scattershot accident, which can be operator error in addition to road conditions or any other thing. I also don't think that this changes the fact that roadside memorials will continue to exist. I think this is a grieving process for some people, and if those roadside memorials end up being a safety issue, they should be picked up regardless of whether we have this alternative that we would offer to the family as an alternative. So, because of those reasons, in addition to the fact that the original proposal was supposed to be revenue, that it was supposed to be paid for by these families, and now we're going to dip into Keno funds, which we also had a hearing about earlier this year that did not identify this program as a use for those funds, I'm going to vote no.
Any other discussion? Okay. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
No.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 no. Next is number 5, new business. 5A is a promotion of Todd Mulver from Attorney 1 to Attorney 2 with an annual salary of $84,075.68, effective August 3rd, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to promote Todd Mulvar from Attorney 1 to Attorney 2. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. B is reappointment of Shar Seek and appointment of Chris Scow and Trudy Pedley for 3-year terms commencing January 1st, 2018 and ending December 31st, 2020, and appointment of Dina No for a 2-year term to fill a vacated position commencing January 1st, 2018 and ending December 31st, 2019 to Lancaster County Extension Board.
Good morning, Karen Wobig with the Lancaster County Extension Office. And I am pleased today to have with me some members of our Extension Board, or soon-to-be members, hopefully, of our Extension Board. So I will let each of them say a little bit about themselves, but just so you know the process, we have 3-year terms on our board typically, and Shar Seek, the first name on the agenda, is actually renewing her for the second term. So she's unable to be with us today, so she's not here, but she has graciously said she would serve another 3-year term. And then we had 2 members on our board that had termed out, so to speak. They had both served the 2 terms, and so replacing those are Chris Scow and Trudy Pedley. And then we had 1 member that was not able to complete his first 3-year term due to a job change. And so Dina Noe is graciously going to fulfill that term for 2 years. So with that, we are here to seek your approval and appointment of these folks, and I'll let each of them maybe speak a little bit about what they do, and you can ask them questions. So Trudy, you start.
A lot of familiar faces up there. As you probably all know, that I was on the Lancaster County Ag Society for 12 years and decided I was ready to pursue different ways in which to serve the community. And so I was approached to start in on the Extension Board, and I think my how I'm familiar with the 4-H program will be beneficial. However, I'm learning that there is so much more to Extension than just the 4-H aspect, and I'm excited to get involved in that part. I'm a farm girl and lived in the city for over 40 years, but still my heart is with agriculture. And I'm retired otherwise, so I do have some time.
You're not running any other county fairs that we know of?
No.
Dina?
I'm Dina Noe. I work at the University of Nebraska Federal Credit Union, and I had the opportunity to get involved with Clover College this year, and that's how I met Karen and have been asked to work on the board. I have about 25 years of financial services experience, and of those years I have probably about 15 in marketing, and she thought that maybe a marketer would be a good addition to the Extension Board, so that's why I'm here today. Thanks.
What was your expertise at Clover College? Was it
financial wellness?
Good morning. I'm Chris Scow. I'm currently the managing broker and operations manager for a company called United Farm and Ranch Management here in Lincoln. I've been in that field for about 30 years. I live in southern Lancaster County on an acreage. I have 2 daughters that have been through the 4-H program, have both aged out now. Had a brief stint with the Extension Board a number of years back when I was president of the 4-H Council. I served a 3-year term and then an additional year as president on that while my daughters were participating. So have some familiarity and see some familiar faces still there at the Extension office. So looking forward to serving on the board. So, thank you.
And oddly enough, they all know each other, which from past things, that was not planned, but a nice surprise. So we seek your approval for our nominations.
I move that we approve the nominations of Shar Seek, of Chris Gow, Trudy Pedley. Okay.
and Dina Noe?
And Dina. Oh, yeah, and Dina Noe, I'm sorry.
Yes. Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to reappoint Shar Seek and appoint Chris Scow, Trudy Pedley, and Dina Noe. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you all so much for your service. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
C is an agreement with Physicians Laboratory Services for forensic pathology services as a coroner's physician. The services shall be provided for the county through the county attorney's office. The services shall include forensic autopsies, coordination to provide a morgue facility and staff, coroner's call, testimony, additional tests, and other services. The term of the agreement is 5 years from the date of execution. The county shall pay for services as provided in Attachment A.
Good morning. My name is Pat Condon. I'm the Chief Deputy of Lancaster County Attorney's Office. Here, just asking the board to approve this agenda item. The physician's board, or the physician's laboratory, does provide an invaluable service for the county. They have 2 forensic pathologists that we rely heavily on in the prosecution end of things. Dr. Bowen and some of the others that are not board certified also help out in the other aspects of baby deaths, things of that, where we have to have a autopsy done. The services not only just provided with the autopsy, but they're very good at, allowing us to call them up, talk to them, discuss the cases with them, and have a back and forth with them, and meet with the attorneys when it comes to time for testimony and trials and depositions, things of that nature. They're very attentive to our needs, and I would request that you do approve this item.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Condon?
I have a question.
If you have a question, I guess if you'd like to speak to the item, please come forward.
Timer.
Let's just call me Terry Ray, okay? The question I have, one time I was here, and you guys said that the autopsies were done in Omaha. So if you vote this with this man, or whatever you guys are talking about, does that mean the autopsies are done here in Lincoln? Or are they still done in Omaha?
No, the contract provides with the services being provided through the morgue in Omaha.
Okay, so there's no morgue in Lincoln at all?
Not ran by the county or the city.
Okay. The reason I ask is Davy Dale Green, when he was dead, 66th and Vine, May 9th, 2015. I'm looking for the morgue, and I didn't know it was in Omaha.
Any other discussion?
We'll move approval of the agreement.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the agreement with Physicians Laboratory Services. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5D is an agreement and acceptance of proposal with the Lincoln League of Women Voters to assist with voter registration sites in Lancaster County. The county shall pay $4,000 for the services provided. Term of the agreement is September 1st, 2017 through August 31st, 2019.
Good morning, Dave Shively, Lancaster County Election Commissioner. This is just our biennial agreement with the League to assist us with voter registration sites, which they do at grocery stores, libraries, schools. They help us out a lot especially during busy election cycles. So it's a 2-year agreement. We used to do it annually, and a few years ago we went to a 2-year agreement. It just made things a little easier on our end. So.
Any questions for Mr. Shively?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the agreement with the League of Women Voters. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. E is approval of a mid-year budget memo.
Good morning, Dennis Meyer, County Budget and Fiscal Director. Just when you think budget stuff is kind of not happening. Well, we're about halfway through our current budget. So this memo that we kick out to the county departments is just kind of setting us up for our mid-year budget review that will take place February 1. So this letter will just kind of reach out to the department saying, okay, let me know how the first 6 months have gone, and then we also look for, if you feel that you're going to have any kind of needs in, employees, technology, capital outlay items over the next two years, we'll kind of look at those items too, and it'll just kind of become discussion at our mid-year budget retreat.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Meyer?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the mid-year budget memo. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. F is the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office Preliminary Breath Test Mini Grant Contract and Award to provide funding of $1,770 to the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office to purchase 6 preliminary breath testers. There is no cost to the county.
Move approval of the preliminary breath tester mini grant contract and award.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract and award with the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. G is a resolution in the matter of setting salaries for elected county officials for the 2019-2022 term.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to set the salaries for the elected officials of Lancaster County. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5H is a resolution in the matter of annual salary increases for appointed directors, assistant directors, bailiffs, and child support referee. All salary increases are effective December 21st, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second regarding the annual salary increases for appointed directors, assistant directors, bailiffs, and child support referees. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. I is a resolution in a matter of designated banks as depositories for Lancaster County for 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second with regard to designating the banks of depositories for the county. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. J is a resolution in a matter of authorizing the county clerk to issue payments while the county board is adjourned.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second authorizing the county clerk to issue payments while the county board is adjourned. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. K is a resolution authorizing action with respect to traffic control devices in Lancaster County.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. So sometimes we're forced to change our signs based on what other people do. And in this case, in the village of Malcolm, they have reduced the speed through town right at the curve by the Methodist Church to 25 miles an hour. And so that means that we're required to re-sign in our jurisdiction notice that the speed is dropping. So we have to add signs anytime there's a speed limit change of more than 20 miles an hour. So this is really responding to their action from inside their village.
Commissioner Shore?
Just because I'm familiar with that roadway, it was previously 35, so you're going to go from 55 down to 25 just on that curve, and then back to 55 as soon as you leave.
So what's
about 2
happened?
blocks?
What's happened in this area is a developer has put a number of driveways onto the major arterial, and the village of Malcolm annexed that. We did recommend no driveways in this area because of the curve and because of the speed of the road. Malcolm did not take our recommendation and is now reduced the speed within their village limits for safety reasons. And so with the school just to the north of there, we're going to go ahead and reduce the speed limit on either side going into Malcolm in order not to create an illegal speed trap, basically.
Okay, any other discussion?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second authorizing traffic control devices in Malcolm. Any discussion? Or near Malcolm, apologize. Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5L is a recommendation from the purchasing department and a county engineer to award a purchase order to Husker Auto Group using the state of Nebraska contract number 14584 OC for a 2018 Chevrolet 3500 HD work truck and a total amount of $38,197.
Pam Dimming, Lancaster County Engineer. This is a truck that we had in the budget last year. It is a mechanic's truck, so as I don't know if all of you are aware, but the mechanics basically use the truck as their toolbox, and then oftentimes we are required to go out and do the mechanic work wherever the equipment broke down, which isn't always the most convenient place, but we're prepared to do that in order to keep our equipment running for the public.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to purchase a work truck for county engineering. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. M is an amendment to county contract C-17-457 with Gannett Trucking and Excavating for erosion control at 3 locations in Lancaster County. The amendment adds high porosity silt fencing at 1 location for an increase of $192.50.
High porosity silt fence is kind of an interesting thing, and we put it in drainage ditches because it actually allows places where there is flow for the flow to pass through while dropping the sediment, whereas more dense silt fence can become overwhelmed and ineffective in storm events. So we have had to modify some of the grading slightly with a few of these erosion control projects on Rock Creek and the D88 bridge, and so this is a change order for that. And I apologize for bothering you for $192.50, but it's better if we do these change orders as we go along.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the contract with Gannett Trucking and Excavating. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. N is the second amendment to county contract C-17-463 with TCW Construction, Inc. for replacement of structures H-128, H-130, and J-143. The amendment extends the completion dates for work on structures H-128 and J-143 from December 18th, 2017 to June 1st, 2018.
As you're aware, Bridge H-128 and, H-128, H-130, and J-143, all on 140H Street. We had a really wet year. As dry as it's been the last 6 months, which has truly been a gift. So we basically, the month of September and October, we were just kind of mud farmers. And then J-143, it took us a long time to get that piece of right-of-way. We've only had it for about 2 weeks. We are extraordinarily lucky. On November 15th, when I usually like to finish up my construction site projects, I still had 8 open projects. We're down to 1 on 148th, and I hope that we can open that one tomorrow afternoon. But I'm not brave enough to take out the last bridge before it either freezes or snows a bunch. And so we need to adjust TCW's contract to account for finishing that first thing in the spring.
We can have a discussion. I'm going to ask a question. So the J-143 is the last one, and I know it's been extended to June 1st. Can you give a time frame when you think the construction would take place?
Well, construction first thing in the spring can unfortunately be a little iffy. And people don't realize that we typically get 1 more inch. It's not April showers, it's May showers. We typically get about 1 inch more of rain in May than in April, about 4 inches in April, 5 inches in May. So we end up sometimes with slowed construction there too. So that's why I went with the June 1st date. TCW, what we're doing is 30 construction days. And so that means if it's a rain day or if it's too muddy to do work, that doesn't count as a work day. But what our spec says is 30 days, you get 30 work days from when you close the road.
I mean, the reason I was asking is that one of the things that comes up through the number of, I guess, discussions we've had with constituents is the timing because of the detour taking place during the school year. So I didn't know if it was possible to maybe, since we are already delaying the project, if it was an option to delay it even for a few more weeks to allow, I mean, I know it's Nebraska and sometimes we have wet springs and summer, but.
Because of the nature of this bridge, and unfortunately this last bridge is the worst, we have already closed it under emergency situations twice. We have continued to fill voids behind the abutments in order to stabilize it. I would really like to replace it as soon as possible. I have concerns that that sets a precedence, and sadly, we have several other bridges to construct in this area, and so this, of course, is one of last year's structures. If possible, we could look into that. That would mean that I would have to change this change order because there are not 30 days between June 1st and when school lets out in this case.
Right.
So I could look into that.
Anyone else? Please come forward.
This time I'll sign.
I took the pencil last time, so you couldn't.
I brought you guys pens, because your pens are junk, they don't work. Terry Pope Gonzalez, founder of the Neighborhood Association, where you guys allowed TCW construction to be 50 feet from my home. That's the reason I'm poisoned. They do shoddy work. They do junk work. They can't even keep employees. So yeah, I guess it's personal, right? You let them come 50 feet from our home 18 years ago. And this is what you people said. It's going to be temporary. But I guess people in Nebraska don't know what temporary means, do they? Because temporary shouldn't still be 18 years. And I guess I didn't die. So all you people lost all your money, didn't you? Because I guess I didn't die. Now, TCW construction is junk. I'm the one who called in the EPA. Not the little piddly Nebraska stuff, the big boys. So you can go over and see. TCW Construction Maintenance Shop has been shut down. And Husker Ready Mix Concrete, which is also TCW Construction, is getting ready to be shut down. So when you make sure you do your contract, make sure you start putting how many times that they get fined. Because other companies get fined, so why don't they? And you know when they come into, oh, we Mexican. My last name's Gonzalez. I never was a Teresa. But you thought I was. My daddy named me Terry Ray, and we're farmers. That's why my shit kickers I have on, and I realize you have delicate ears. But if Pam can tell you what shit kickers are,
Okay.
they are steel-toed boots.
Let's watch the language, Ms. Gonzalez.
Hey, that's what they're called. And see mine? Mine are used. See this? They're used. So yeah, no, on a construction site, that's a word. Now, we're not in church. Now, you all seem to think we are, but we're not. Now, TCW Construction is a junk company. And by the time I'm done, not only am I going to take everything they have, I'm going to take everything you have. Because guess what? You guys all knew what they were doing, and you let it happen. And you know what it's called in law? It's called reckless endangerment. That's all I got to say about this one. But before we're done, I'm going to help you with anti-stebbing. I'm going to help you. Because see, when you're on a union job site, if you see something, you say something. You don't look the other way. And you don't pretend it's not happening. No, TCW didn't just abuse me. Every single person in that neighborhood. 7 blocks long, 2 blocks wide. But not one of you, right? Because I don't see any of you complaining. But I guess I didn't die.
Thank you. Okay. Any other discussion? Entertain a motion.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the second amendment with the contract with TCW Construction. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5-0 is designation of official Lancaster County newspapers for 2018 publication of transportation projects as follows: Lincoln Journal-Star, The Voice from Hickman, and the News of Waverly.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to designate the official Lancaster County newspapers for 2018. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. P is an amendment to County Contract C-14-874 with Paladin LLC for roof replacement for the Waverly Buildings and Salt Dome. The estimated cost for the services will be increased $7,433 for a revised contract total amount of $30,178.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the county contract with Paladin LLC. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Q is an interlocal agreement with Seward County for the safekeeping, care, and sustenance of pre-adjudicated juveniles at the Youth Services Center. Lancaster County will be reimbursed at the rate of $276 per juvenile per day.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the interlocal agreement with Stewart County. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
No.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 no. 5R is an agreement with Continuum Employee Assistance to provide an employee assistance program for county employees. Term of the agreement is January 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2020. The county will pay Continuum $20,499 per contract year.
Doug McDaniel, Human Resources. This is a 3-year contract with Continuum EAP. They're an integral part of our management structure. Also serve as our substance abuse professional for our DOT drug testing. The contract of $20,499 is an increase of $303 over the last 3 years for each year.
Any questions for Mr. McDaniel?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the agreement with Continuum Employee Assistance. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. S is a master services agreement with Aetna for claims administrative services for the Lancaster County Self-Funded Group Healthcare Program, effective January 1st, 2018.
Doug McDaniel, Human Resources. This is the master service agreement for Aetna for our self-funded health insurance. Coverage begins January 1. It's been through rigorous review through county attorney and also the chief deputy administrative officer and my office as well.
Okay, any questions for Mr. McDaniel?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the master services agreement with Aetna. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5T is an amendment to the master services agreement with the Aetna for claims administrative services for the Lancaster County Self-Funded Group Healthcare Program, effective January 1st, 2018, to include teledoc program as part of the services.
This is an amendment to the master service agreement that we just approved. It sets up Teledoc, pardon me, which is a service that we've added to our profile for telephonic diagnostic work with healthcare professionals. It's a later amendment because there was a pricing change in our favor.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to amend the master services agreement with Aetna. Any discussion? I just want to take the opportunity to thank Human Resources and their staff, the County Attorney's Office, and the County Board Office for all their work on this. I know that anytime you change insurance providers for such a large organization, and not only the county, but at the same time the city, I'm, like I said, very we appreciate it very much. So thank you.
Again, we had great support from County Attorney and the Chief Deputy Administrative Officer as well. So,
thanks.
Thank you.
Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. U is an amendment to County Contract C-13-550 with Rochester Armored Car for the annual requirements of armored car services. The amendment extends the contract for 1 month from January 1st, 2018 through January 31st, 2018. The estimated cost of the county is not to exceed $1,500.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the county contract with Rochester Armored Car. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5V is an amendment, or amendments to the following contracts for the annual supply of traffic channelizing and barricade devices. The amendments renew the contracts from January 5th, 2018 through January 4th, 2019. The cost of county is not to exceed a combined total of $12,000. And this is County Contract C-16-6 with All Road Barricades, Inc., and County Contract C-16-7 with Traffics Devices, Inc.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend 2 contracts involving the annual supply of traffic channelizing and barricade devices. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. W is an amendment to County Contract C-13-602 with Uribe Refuse Services for the annual requirements of waste and recyclable collection services. The amendment renews the contract for a term beginning January 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2021. The cost of county is not to exceed $127,000.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the contract with Uribe Refuse Services. Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. X are documents between Lancaster County and PJC Farms Limited Partnership related to the transfer of real property near Highway 77 and Yankee Hill Road in Lancaster County. This is an agreement and a special warranty deed from Lancaster County to PJC Farms Limited Partnership.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the documents with the PJC Farms Limited Partnership regarding the transfer of real property, the agreement and the special warranty deed. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Y is a contract with Joseph Camerata, MD, for specialized care of general assistance clients. Providers will reimburse at the Medicaid rate.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Dr. Joseph Camerata. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 6, consent items. Utility permit number 1548, allowing Allo Communications to install approximately 7.5 miles of new underground fiber optic cable at various locations from South 56th Street and Yankee Hill Road to South 70th Street and Rokeby Road. There is no cost to the county. Right-of-way contracts with the following: Michael and Letty Evans, Bregan Road and First Street, Cheney, in the amount of $8,288. Dean Jeffrey, South 56th Street and Southdale Road, in an amount of $505. Thomas and Lori Bellenhausen, South 56th Street and Southdale Road, in the amount of $955. Stevens Creek K LLC and 2K Holdings LLC North 148th Street and Holdridge Street, in the amount of $2,957.50. Receive and place on file the County Sheriff's Report for November 2017. Letter from Pioneer Overhead Door terminating for convenience unit price contract number 16289 for overhead door repair and replacement services effective December 13, 2017. Setting public hearings for Tuesday, January 9, 2018 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building for the following: County Text Amendment number 17014, amending Section 7-2 and Section 805 of the Lancaster County Subdivision Regulations, and Section 14-13 for the Lancaster County Zoning Regulations for CAD standards, and Text Amendment number 17018, amending Article 18 of the Lancaster County Zoning Resolution relating to special height and use near airports. Appeal of Planning Commission's conditional approval of special permit number 17043 to allow soil mining and excavating on property generally located at Southwest 112th Street in West Van Dorn.
Move approval of the consent items.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 7 is public comment. Those wishing to speak to items relating on county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
And I need somebody to have that thing work. Can somebody help me?
Yeah, you just place the piece of paper up there and then we'll turn it on back here.
We going? Hit it. Here's my filter, like the mayor said I had to have. There you go. All right, see this right here? Is it on? It's not on.
Just come on.
How do you make it go?
It's technology.
Oh.
It'll go.
Here. Okay, now can you see? SSU 132, SSU 130. Mean anything to you? Come on, guys. It's a test. It's dead people paying your wheel tax. SSU 130, and man's been dead since 2009. How come he's still paying your wheel tax? Is that Andy Stebbings what did the paper say? Inattentive, because I can't talk, right? Inattentive?
Well, the
No.
county itself doesn't collect wheel tax.
Listen, I know. I'm stopping
does.
you, because he dogged you on the radio. That's what, you know what he said? He said you weren't diplomatic, he was. But at least you're on top of things, okay? All right, now let's do this, all right? Here's the 3 pens I promised you, because your stuff is junk. The legislature, when you go talk to them, it costs you $4.95. No, don't leave that up, come on, because people need to know. Check it out. It's called Freedom of Information Act. It's not that hard to do. The 89th Congress enacted it, all right? The 89th Congress. Do you know when that was? July 4th, 1966, all right? Now, we're going to get something straight. When I came up here, when whoever Smoyer, do you remember what Smoyer? Okay? This is how it works. Anybody and everybody who wants to who pays taxes that has anything to do with this county can come up here and talk at any given time. Now, me, I am sick. I puked my guts out to get here, okay? Because I don't like what Andy Stebbings said about you. I don't seem to think that you're a piece of shit. Now, I told you said I couldn't say the word shit,
Yeah,
so
let's
I'm
watch our
not.
language.
I'm not. But Matt Hansen, nobody paid me to come when Smoyer was here. Nobody, all right? Now, I don't internet, and if you've got something to say, you come talk to me. I don't like, oh, and here, I brought this so you guys could see. How many people do you know keep who they vote for? I didn't get to vote for any of you. Neither did my husband. Are they opened? No. I was at the emergency room. So I guess I was supposed to be dead. You know, poisoned by TCW construction, Husker Ready Mixed Concrete. I guess somebody forgot to tell me. Oh no, they gave me 24 hours. You know what I said? Let me out of here. I got people to see, I got debts to collect. See, I'm not from here. I don't know, I'm just supposed to be a sheep. I guess where I come from, we're all goats. Where I come from, you know what a goat is? It's a GTO with a 454 on the floor. Now, there's no way that dead people should be paying wheel tax. So maybe Andy Stebby needs to resign. That's why I'm impressed with you. Now, much in this town impresses me. This is from my bank. They said, yes, take them down to you guys. I don't feel well. So, Terry, if I pass out, make sure you get 911 here, because I don't know you people, and I know I can't trust city council. So I go into anaphylactic shock. But hey, thank you, because I'm sure you've all known about it. Because how many times have I done an appeal? Do a Freedom of Information Act. Guess what you'll find out? How many times have I been in front of the Equalization Board? How many times have I been in front of you people? How many? Thank God, please don't move, because then I don't know who you are. Roma, I thank you for your service at National Guard. It's hard to be a first responder. Were you a senator?
Yes.
Okay, because I must have talked to you, because I've got your card at home. Do you want to know how anal my people are? We keep track of everything. You, and I don't know how to say your last name, and honey, I can't see it, but I know you're Todd, and your mama is wonderful. You, I know you were on the board when Ray Stevens was. He's now on NRD. You know he came over to check TCW? Do you know what he said? Wow, it's awful clean. Guess the man's never been on a work job site, has he? I don't know your name besides Brinkman. And I guess if I'd have bought all of Woody Brinkman's land way back when, this wouldn't be happening. I don't know what you are. I just know you're bald. So on my thing here, I just put bald man. Do you mind telling me who you are? Dave Durbin. Oh, I can't hear you.
Dave Durbin.
And what do you do?
I'm the county attorney.
Oh, okay. I thought the county attorney was somebody named Joe.
It is.
Okay. Thank you for your time. And this is not meant for you, the F word on there. It's meant for the mayor. God bless you guys. Oh, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I wait and listen to you? Please talk loud, because I can't hear you. Look. I'm not shouting at you, I can't hear.
Chair Wilchin, members of the county board. For the record, Gary Aldridge, A-L-D-R-I-D-G-E, Lincoln, Nebraska. I got here before the meeting started, but I stopped and talked with Teresa Meyer on an event that happened at the city council meeting last night that involved the NRD and the city. So I walked in at about agenda item A or B, so bear with me. I'm going to back up to 3 special presentation A, Commissioner's Award of Excellence, Kelly Lundgren. Atta girl, you do good. And if you had a nameplate, she'd know who you were.
Thanks, Gary.
Anyone else in the audience wishing to speak on an item not on the agenda? Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Clerk, would you please continue with the announcements?
The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will be in recess from December 20th, 2017 through January 3rd, 2018. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, January 4th, 2018 at 8:30 a.m. in the Bill Luxford studio of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will attend a legislative breakfast on Monday, January 8th, 2018, at 8 a.m. in room 1126 of the State Capitol. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold their next regular meeting on Tuesday, January 9th, 2018, at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building, with the Board of Equalization immediately following. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commission@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on LNKTV City. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on LNKTV and can be viewed on YouTube.
I move we adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Shore.
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Avery.
Yes.
Brinkman.
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
And that concludes the county board meeting. Everyone have a safe and happy holidays. See you next year.
And do you?